Well, good morning, Star Wars fans. I hope you are having a great week. It's Friday morning, so good morning, Star Wars fans. I hope you're having a great week and you've got a good weekend ahead of you. It's Friday morning. So last night I had the great privilege of having my very first guest on my YouTube channel, the Massassi Training Temple. And what a great guest to have for the very first one. The one and only Justin Branch, aka Silver Glen. I made a right mess of that, didn't I? But yeah, as you probably know, we had our Naboo regionals a couple of weeks ago. I managed to film a few of the games, and I was very pleased that one of them was Justin Branch versus Emil Wallen. A really interesting game, OA versus ASM mains. And so yeah, last night me and Justin got together, we rewatched his game, and we did a kind of talk through what he was thinking, how it was going, and yeah, just had a blast being able to do that. It was great fun to have someone, to talk to about Star Wars, as always. And Justin's just such a great guy, dead nice, easy to talk to, and his insights and things about the game are really interesting to hear. So I hope you enjoy watching this game talk through as much as I enjoyed recording it. And before we get into the game, I just want to say a massive thank you to Justin for giving up his time to come on and do the chat with me last night. So thanks very much and enjoy this game.
Okay,
cool.
That looks like we've set up, doesn't it? So
yeah. So just skip forward a little bit.
I'm hoping we'll be able to see my hand, so I can try and remember what I had.
I know it's a shame the camera's the wrong way around, I think, but there we go. So
that's all right.
So let's get it started.
Okay, you shoot.
So how are we feeling about this matchup going into it?
I didn't know. I assumed, actually, I did guess that Emil might play ASM because he played it at the Tula regional, and I did look at his deck list. But I assumed that OA would be favoured. I guessed that it all depended what happened in space. But on the whole, I was sort of pretty confident, if I'm honest. I thought this would be okay.
Yeah.
It's probably easier mains against ASM, but I was sort of comfortable. The only disadvantage I had is that Emil knows OA probably better than anyone since he helped design it.
Oh, I see. I actually tried to play his OA build after.
It's very particular to him.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's funny because you look at like Joe's build from whatever it was, and it's like very standard apart from the 5 leaderships and that.
Well, and then, Joe's build is built off Matt Harrison Trainer's build, which is built off the build that we built.
Okay.
So yeah, and mine's an evolution of that. And this is where we're just chatting here. He's just telling me why he plays his effects and all that sort of stuff. I have to be honest, I've only ever played Emil in person once before, and I lost to him. So, yeah.
Okay.
Because he's quite good.
Yeah. He's not bad.
He's not bad.
So I thought it was interesting. He played the Fondor established control effect.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
He said it's purely for activation. He said, and also to stop Naboo.
Right.
And it also means he misses his activation actually pulled on this match, but you can pull almost everything turn 1 because you get your sight, you get the hallway, and here we are fiddling out. This is just us working out how many sites we're each playing as to where side of the table for everything. And the lovely thing about playing against Emil is he is literally just so great to play against because, whilst it's a serious game, and we do play like really seriously, it's very friendly. It's lovely. Did you play against him?
I didn't know, but I did chat with him a little bit during the day. And just what a super nice, funny guy to spend time with.
Yeah.
I think, was that the it's the new effect, isn't it? The begin landing your troops and something that he plays. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah, so that's the new one, because that gives him that pulls the docking bays.
That's it.
At the same time, it also gives his unique Republic. Is it Republic characters +2 forfeit? I think off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pleased. It's always good to get a leadership in hand to get Radis out turn 1. So that's good.
So what were you thinking as your like strategy for going into this match now, then, knowing it's ASM?
Well, we were both 3-0 at this point, weren't we? So it's a really important match to try and win. And I think this was, yeah. I mean, I was just going to do my thing and then start try and clear him out of space, because he can't win basically if he's not in space. He can't win. Simple as that. So here he is. He's doing his thing. It was great to get him to have a turn 1 Grievous in hand. Was good. He had a good hand by the looks of it. And then Grievous moves for free, which is even better.
It is.
And of course, the only thing, OA does give up 2 icons, so it does make it a bit easier for other decks. But yeah, his hand is stacked, actually, looking at it.
It is, yeah.
Wow. God, there's a lot of finger pointing. You don't notice that when you're playing, do you?
No, it's true. When you're looking from a bird's eye view.
Yeah. I think we're talking about activation and whether who gives an icon and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, this probably for me was the most important match of the whole day.
Right.
Because to get to 4-0 is big in comparison, obviously.
Yeah.
It was a big match. That's where I think, yeah. Cards look great. The camera's brilliant. Come out really well.
I'm really impressed for a 15 quid webcam.
Yeah, and some gaffer tape. We did pretty well.
It was just a shame. I think we couldn't put it slightly higher just to get a bigger field of view.
But you can see the cards really clearly, which is always the issue sometimes, because there was no glare, although it was pitch black in the corner as a result. But there was no glare.
I was gutted about that. Like, for 2 reasons. The last game of the day, I played Angelo.
I saw you play Angelo. You were in the top room.
We were, yeah. And I was like, "Oh, do you want to play on camera?" Because it was a bit rushed, wasn't it? The last game.
And Angelo just went, "No."
Yeah, basically.
I know.
Like, I don't want to play in the dark.
He did. I know.
So I didn't get to film the last game of the day anyway.
No. I pulled Finn. Did I there? Who did I put? I don't know who I put round. I put someone round.
Okay.
Emil's just talking or praying or something.
So I missed out on recording a game with him, and then I beat him
which would have been a great game actually, because you won that one. You played really well in that game.
He got unlucky with his draw, and I got lucky, and I just absolutely crushed him with it, basically.
Do you think it's a good matchup for you on the whole, WAP against AOBS?
Yeah, because I don't worry about the ping. So
no, and that's why OA is good against AOBS. You don't have to worry about the ping either.
And yeah, it's kind of like if he wants to do his thing on Coruscant, then have at it and leave me to Naboo.
Yeah. We do keep the table very neat and tidy. The Americans have everything everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that playing. Everything's nice and like organized.
Yeah. Oh, Emma was just asking, are they on the ship? They're not on the ship?
Yeah.
I said they're on the ship.
That was the thing we noticed. I was talking to Sean about it, watching, especially you two, later on, and how like structured you both were with how you put your cards and count them out and where they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, compared to some people that are just like, they're there and this isn't fiddling. And we were saying probably Yeah,
that was a gift
cool.
from Kev. That was a gift from Kev, that Ray. I just love it.
It is awesome.
I think I find it much easier to play it almost like it is on GEMP. It's sort of not because of that reason, but I don't know. It's nice and clear and clean that way.
Yeah.
And here I do just as everything Old Allies is meant to do turn one if it all works properly, basically. I suppose we can't see the shield pulls unless I do them so we can see them. I think we try to keep it as much in view as possible. What do I pull? Battle plan and
the grabber.
And the grabber, yeah. Fly up. There we go. And I've still got a couple of cards there, and I draw a couple, do I?
Yeah, looks like it. And I think...
Yeah, and I always try and fan out my cards so I can see what force I've got left.
Yeah.
So I got 2.
That's what Sean had noticed. He was like, at a glance, you know what you've got. So you're not using that mental energy to kind of think, oh, what have I got here and what's there? Yeah,
I don't need to worry about that. I love the way that in real life we check exactly how... Did you activate? You did you? I'll just count that for you. It's like, what's he looking for? He's got...
Is he looking for?
I think he whiffs, and I think I get to check his deck here. Oh no,
yeah,
no, I don't. Or do I?
Yeah, he just handed it to you then.
Yeah, I think he missed the docking bay pull or something. What did he miss? I wonder. Oh, the 2-1. He missed the 2-1.
Yeah, we see he's got a double
His
trench.
hand is quite full of red, but look, he's got 2 trenches in hand, and he's got the reacting ship. I can't wait to see the little bit. We've got quite a really cool interrupt war, which is really cool to see later on. Now, do you want to say the caveat here?
Yeah. So for everyone watching, you might have realised that more shouldn't be deployed in this game because evil is everywhere. Makes non-episode 1 characters lost, which I'd noticed later on in the day. Me and Justin were talking about this before, but it's not because of the objective. It's the evil is everywhere that does it. So if you play the Maul effect, you could just play him and not play evil.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Emil, obviously having taken a slight gap, when he came back, has been really enjoying playing this deck. And I don't think he realised when he looked at the objective that he could not play Maul.
He doesn't play on Jump either, does he?
No, he hates it. But he said it doesn't actually have a significant impact on any of his games. It had a slight impact on this game, as you'll see throughout, but nothing to such a degree that I don't think it didn't change the outcome, is what we agreed about a week after the event.
Fair enough. I wonder
and to be honest, that's an enforced rule. That's something actually that even neither of us should have necessarily picked up. It's something that is enforced. You just can't play him. It's not an option. So, yeah. Either way, he did. But what's interesting, of course, because he can play him to the 2-0, he can then shuttle him straight up or leave him there. So, if you could play him, it would be great, but you're not actually allowed to. But that's fine. This is the nuances of in real life play.
Yeah.
It's not a deck list error. He's allowed to have him in the deck. He's not actually allowed to go on the table.
No, I made that mistake.
So he flips here, doesn't he? I think ML flipped. Did he flip?
Yeah, because he's moved into the docking bay.
Yeah. So right now I'm not particularly worried. Obviously he can pick any card in the deck, and normally I just let them pick any card in the deck. But as it becomes transparent slightly later in the game, I desperately am looking, and I'll talk about it when we get there, and you might want to ask me some questions about it. But I start desperately looking for stuff,
right?
And I have to take the ping because I was so in need of looking for stuff.
Yeah.
So what's
So you're force training
for 3? I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
What's he lose?
So P59.
State Federation Tactics, Force Field, and P59. Yeah.
Did you feel quite comfortable?
Which is quite good.
Just leaving Ray by herself turn 1.
I'd pulled Finn, so I assume I was happy that I'd be able to react. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably have left her there. No. I remember in this game, I happened to get Leia in hand, I think. With strike planning, I could pull Calrissian, and then I could put. For some reason, I think I got them both in opening hand, so I could use strike planning twice, or something like that. I think because if I remember, I put Leia around to get Rey at turn 1, and I think I put her around again this time.
Yeah, it's always nice when you do that.
Oh, I mean, it's a shame because it's a free pull, but it's quite good in some respects.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you can just swap it for pretty much any other character in your deck, it's
yeah. So what do I pay? I pay 4.
4 for the Corvette.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I count. Well, it's very neatly counted out, isn't it?
Yeah. There's Jin.
Jin. Yeah.
That is such a cool AI.
The AI. Oh, it's an amazing AI, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And Rose.
Yeah. Cheap flip. There we go. Flip. Move what? Move over. Consolidate. Do I do anything else? I probably don't. I haven't got that much force left at this point.
What, you've activated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, you've spent a reasonable amount and you're doing that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not too bad. I've left a couple of force behind and looks okay. Quite a mercenary V.
Do you play True Protector?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I did then. Whether now it's a good play is a different matter, but I did for this.
I love that
because I was expecting. Oh, he's brilliant. But he's only good really in tandem with Leia, and so often Leia never gets to the table. But I think quite Mercenary V's got some extra text uses which are quite good.
It has, yeah.
Look at Hamill's hand. Is that his hand?
No, he's fourth pile, isn't it?
Yeah, he's asking, "What do you? Can I have him? Can I not have him? Can I have him?" That's what he was literally saying to me. He'd like hold it and go, "Can I have him? Can I have him?"
Okay. See,
to be honest, it didn't matter to me if he had him or didn't have Dooku, so I let him have it. I think probably.
Yeah.
I like the way he casually looked at his deck upside down. That's nice. So then he pings for 1, I assume, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I lose the Quiet Mercenary. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Pulls Secret Plan Shield.
Yeah.
So he's got Afra in his hand. P59.
Yes.
In lost pile, which is nice.
Oh yeah, he had a great hand.
He did. No escape.
Bobber, sniper, and I think this is where what does he do?
Here comes
so
the
this
hand.
is the big play. He went to space much earlier than I was expecting him to. I thought putting the Corvette down would actually sort of make him not want to go to Jakku, but obviously, so that's 9. He paid quite a lot for all of that.
He did.
And challenging Jakku is not straightforward.
It's not. No.
This is where I realised very quickly that I didn't have any other ships in my hand, and I had no commands.
Right. Yeah. So the barrier on trench then.
So I realised he wasn't deploying to the ground, so I decided to barrier trench just in case he went for a battle because I had no commands, and he was drawing 2 destiny there. But then, as you say, he does Afra. And this is where he goes, yeah, that's for free. Yes, he's nuts. That's literally, he goes there for free, and I get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is where I'm thinking, right, I need to do something about space. right now because he's about to shuttle up Newt as well, and he's then drawing 3 destiny. Because Grievous being on the table just adds 1.
Of course, yeah.
Shuttles her up.
I like it as well. We see he's got the Boba Fett in his hand.
He does.
Then obviously he plays the Vader who adds another destiny. So I think that's it's pretty formidable in space that altogether.
Yeah, and I'm here going, I've got nothing in hand. I need to start desperately searching for a ship. I need to be finding this is where Emil goes, and so we've now got to my turn, and he goes, yeah, of course I had a hallway to deploy. Do you mind if I just deploy that? I said, no, it's fine. Just do it. It's fine. Because it was no big deal. He would have, I know he meant to do it, so it was no problem. You know.
Yeah, there were a few moments like that during my day, and it was like, yeah, whatever.
It just doesn't matter. You know, it's like, okay, you know, obviously you meant to do it. You just forgot. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You know.
Oh man! So I've just had a notice saying that this meeting's going to run out in 10 minutes.
That's fine. That's cool. We'll just do another one. We've only got another hour of the game.
Yeah. I'll just release it on YouTube in 30 minutes segments a week.
Well, like a Dickens novel.
Yeah. Find out next week what happened.
Yes, what happens in space. So I manage a massive drain of 1 and I retrieve the quite a mercenary pack. What a huge turn so far.
Yeah, so obviously a command is going to be desperately needed, isn't it, for you to leadership?
Leadership. I'm desperately looking for leadership. I'm looking for any ship that I can humanly find. What am I trying to do? What do I do?
Hera on the Corvette.
Hera. Okay, that's just fodder. That's just to like.
Yeah, because she's not doing anything, is she?
Oh, I get an extra drain. I get an extra draw because I've got 3 rebels there now. 2 other rebels.
And Poe.
Yeah, so that's good. 4. Is that 4 destiny now?
So 1 for ability, 1 for Poe, 3 at the moment.
Oh, nice. I had Bith shuffle in hand to cancel his barrier.
Cool.
That's sweet. And I battle.
What?
He pays 2 to react with.
Oh, and you barriered it. I like it.
And I barrier it, yes. I loved that little interaction. That was like barrier, shuffle, deploy, barrier.
I love barrier no react. It's
well, I'd rather play Odin, but
yeah,
barrier. So he's drawing 3 destiny, and I'm drawing 3 destiny. 1, yeah, 3 and 3. So it was a bit risky for me to do this, but I just thought I ought to try and clear some stuff. I can reduce 2, obviously, but I think I'm outpowering him as well. But the power he gets out of that invisible hand is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so he commands to limit you to 1, I guess, there.
Yeah, that was not good. But I knew I had to grab it anyway, so, you know.
I don't think there's anything else you need to, you'd really want to grab, would you, in this matchup?
Definitely. No, that's the only thing that matters, really, in this matchup.
Oh, and then you draw 2.
Huge destiny. And then I think this is where I make the mistake of doing it the wrong way around. What do I do? Here I can redraw that.
Of course, yeah.
And then I spin. Of course, I should have spun first and then done it. But again, Emil knew what I wanted to do. So, you know.
Yeah. It doesn't make any difference, really, does it?
Well, it does. It doesn't, if you know what I mean.
So you've got what? 3, 6, 10.
6 and a 5. Just a 6 and a 5. So that was 11. So it's 11 attrition, but power was 4, 7, 9. 12, 16, 17, and 11, 28, I think. And he's Sith Furies. And
So
he
he
draws
draws
a 1,
Oof.
1 and a 3, which I reduced by 2, and he draws another low one.
So it's what?
So
6?
he only draws 1. Yeah.
Oh, and you,
6 less.
you make it a 7 with more.
And I reduced it by 2 to be a 5. But he used more. Yes. We'll ignore that.
Yeah.
But he did. Yeah. So I've got to lose for 6, I think. And he's got to forfeit 11.
So what's he? 6, 9.
I think 11 covers it
Yeah.
either way.
Oh yeah, and those guys are forfeit like 6 and 7, aren't they? I
Plus
think?
2. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So I lose Lando. He loses Newt and Trench, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't know that he had another trench in hand
Yeah.
and no escape. So I was feeling okay with that. I thought that was pretty good. I did quite a lot of clearance. I only lost Lando, who was, forfeit 7 and power 3, so that was all fine.
Mhm.
I'm thinking this is okay. So I just loved that turn when he played Barrier, I played Biff Shuffle.
Yeah.
He did that, I Barrier. It's just, it feels so much nicer in real life than on Gemp to do that.
It does, yeah. It's because you just see your opponent's like soul just dying.
Well, I think the difference is really when you're holding them in your hand, nothing's lighting up. You do really have to remember what all of them are doing. Here we go. So, which card is you gonna?
Okay, so that looks like a command.
Yeah. Now I don't have any ships. I don't have a command, and I'm pretty sure. I think I decided to lose 2 to make him put that round because I just can't afford to have him limiting me again because I've obviously lost. I haven't lost Radis. I had to. Oh, there goes the 2-2.
And
and that Admiral. But losing the 2-2 was big in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's kind of like your other big damage potential, isn't it? Really.
And then he pings me for 1, and I lose another character. And then he tries to. Then he snipers Chin. I don't love that, which he just checks. And then what's he draw?
A 5. Oh, and you played the handle card. I like it.
Which, of course, I'm not allowed to because of Maul. But he shouldn't be on the table anyway. So it all works its way anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he draws a 2, so get in.
Yeah. So Chin stays, so that saves me a drain there. That's good. And of course, I'm thinking that's great. Escapes it back again though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. Has he got another Newt in his hand?
I don't think so. But I think he wants to clear Jin because she's blocking a drain of 2 and Boba. So now comes Trench and Boba Fett, and that's quite a lot of power. And I'm going, this is difficult for me right now because I've lost Calrissian. I didn't find. I don't know if I don't know. I spent quite a bit of force last turn trying to clear him out, and he's just reinforced. Well, I'm not really making any progress here at the moment.
No. Because I'm guessing you didn't draw much, did you, after that turn?
No. No.
Leadership.
So Ray's looking for cards at the moment. I love these little interactions with hands everywhere talking. Yeah. You don't notice you're doing it. So what's he doing here? That's his force.
Oh, is he looking to deploy a sight or a droid?
But his destiny doesn't look that great, actually. So I probably think, okay, maybe this isn't too bad. But I probably then pull the do or do not shield. I'm guessing I pull that.
Yeah, it looks like it could have been.
Does that say, is that goldenrod or do not? I can't remember. I can't see from here.
Yeah,
tucked it just outside.
I don't think it's goldenrod.
I think it's do or do not, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he had a sense that he drew for Destiny earlier, so I'm sure that's probably what I did.
That is always that thing, I think, with ASM. It's
he's drawing. He didn't even battle.
Oh wow. Okay. I suppose seeing that his destinies are low, he doesn't want you to crack his immunity, does he, at this point?
No, well, I will crack his immunity. He'll lose the support ship, but that forfeits for like 8 anyway.
Yeah.
So I having lost the 2-2 there, that's not good for me because I've got it limits how much damage I can do on my own sites. Tell me when we need to pause, by the way.
Okay. I'm good at the moment.
So I retrieve someone, whoever it was.
Oh, it was Law Santeca.
That's who it was, yeah. And then I'm obviously just looking.
There you go. Okay. So yeah, so I think this is the turn we were just at where you've activated Retrieve the Force, and now
Law Santeca caused a force loss or about to drain. I've activated everything because I'm.
I think you've just put a guy back.
I'm doing. Have I picked up my? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. There we are. There's solo.
Okay. Is the quality? Is it? Mine's just pixelated slightly.
Where is it?
Clean your of the actual table itself.
Mine's okay. It might take a second. So you've just put solo on the Falcon.
On the Falcon. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're about halfway through right now, so we're both sort of mid-game phase.
He's still got a lot of characters in his hand.
I know. There's a lot there, isn't there? I think he did really well. I think he had all his characters read in his...
Oh, sorry, we lost you for a second.
Okay, I'm just saying. Looks like I'm fiddling around trying to what to do.
Okay, so you just draw a few force, I guess.
Yeah, drew a few obviously, and just left a bunch. And then raid.
It's this bit in the game that I always think it's where it's like the turning point, isn't it now? Because neither of you have lost a huge amount of force, but you probably haven't got tons in like reserve deck and force pile. And you're trying to find like those specific cards that you need.
Yeah, exactly. I spent that turn, obviously just put whoever I had in hand down. Solo is great on the Falcon because it means I can spin out of Lost. But I just needed some stuff quite clearly. And here he goes, I'm going to take command again. And I can't remember. I still think I didn't find I might not have found a ship or a leadership. And I think do I lose 2 again to stop him doing that? I can't remember. I think I do.
It looks like you're taking your time to think about it, whatever's going on.
Well, it's so annoying to lose 2. You don't want to lose 2.
It is.
And I've got one grabbed, and
yeah, because I think at this point when you've grabbed one, he's obviously shown you one. Are you thinking he's probably got a third?
Yeah, I imagine he's playing 3. He's just showing me that Maul should have stopped the
Oh, the cancel. I did that today, and you just forget like a line of text on a card, and it just completely wrecks you. Because I tried to weapon lev against Shadow Collective, and you can't steal the blasters because of you'll be dead.
And I let him have it by the looks of it, and now he's going to just hit. He hit Jin.
Oh, you get to look at his hand.
Come on, give it. Yeah. So obviously, yeah. I don't know if I had another female interrupter hand or not, but I think I was probably quite happy to look at his hand, but he's now going to ping me for 1, drain for 2 there. So I'm starting to lose a bit of force here at the moment. So what's that brave little droid?
Yeah.
What else do I lose? I must have another in hand to have lost that, I'd guess.
Blue 11.
Yeah.
You know, make sure the piles are all straight.
I know, sorry.
And then I think that's a Jedi Lev, isn't it? With Ray.
That's a Ray.
Oh, is it Ray? Okay.
No, it's a Ray. It's yeah.
Oh, it's the side.
There's the other new. Yeah. And this is where he says, "How many barriers you played?" So seem to keep burying all his people.
It's
Dooku.
Unofficial AI Dooku.
Yeah, it's a good looking one, that one.
It's really cool picture.
Yeah.
I liked it as well that he plays Aura Singh with blaster rifle, but he used the blaster rifle as the underlying card.
Yes.
Which I think is a cooler picture than the actual
I think
one.
Yeah. You know, a lot of this is all about style, not substance.
It is.
So right now it's looking like he's on top, you see, and I'm feeling like he is at the moment. Because he's now pushing through 2 plus ping, 2 there. And I'm like, I've lost my 2-2. I've got not much going on. He's got a command in hand, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm conscious that I need to start doing something. But I spent the whole of the last term looking for answers, so I don't actually know what. I'm almost activating everything by the looks of it as well.
You are.
Drain 1, pay 1, retrieve 1.
Imbalance combo.
Yeah, lose 1. Bye bye, Ray. Didn't really want a 1, it's just force, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is when you activate, and then you go, all right, how many are? Not good destiny there.
No, they're pretty poor.
There was 2 1s at least, and I think there was also a dash in a Rogue. Was it dash in Rogue 11 there as well?
Yes, it might have been. There's a blue card.
And a couple of decent ones.
Yeah, there was a handle and another red card.
Yeah. So I doubt I'm attacking this turn. Let's see what I do.
So this is it. At this kind of point in the game, what are you thinking? Like, are you searching for a card, or are you thinking about?
For the last 2 turns, I've been looking for anything to go to space and a leadership, of which there are quite a few in the deck, but I just couldn't find any. But I desperately needed them. So I think I've decided to go an alternative route at this point. So there's the layer in the cheap Chewy Protector, just to try and overpower Dooku, basically, I think.
Yeah.
Clear and more. And also to retrieve at the same time, I think, with Leia. So if I can afford to.
It looks like you can drop some more. Oh, gold leader, nice.
Yeah. I think so. I obviously drew into some space last turn. Then in that case, is what happened. Get that straight. Don't let that card not be straight. Battle that.
Yeah.
One.
He goes looking for
force push or force lightning. I'm guessing he does play those. Ooh. I think he just got unlucky that they weren't.
Yeah.
In there. He's still got a stacked hand though, hasn't he?
He has. There's a few characters in there.
I'm not. You see, without the 2/2, I'm not really doing a huge amount of damage.
Dark Time. Haven't seen that for a long time.
No, I think he was. It's presumably for this matchup. So I then draw a 1, which he reduces, I think, to a 0.
Oh.
He draws a 2 that I reduce to a 0. I think.
You can't look, can you, with him playing Dark Time?
So I have to lose something.
Yeah, he was lucky with that Dark Time, really, because otherwise you would have kept everything there.
Yeah, so I lose Chewie, and I think he's just down a few in power, isn't he? I decide to do Dooku and power difference. Okay. Rather than peel 5 or something, I think, probably.
Yeah, because Dooku's only power 5, isn't he? So.
Yeah, and I was power, what was that, 11 probably?
11, yeah.
So he'd have been losing 4 cards, and I think he just, obviously with his hand, it wasn't worth it.
No.
So I'm obviously deciding whether I battle in space or not here. No, but I think having lost a 1 off the top, it might be worthwhile. I can't remember what I do.
No,
I think I decide not to. No, I stay. I stick. Pretend twist.
Yeah.
It's quite, but the way these two decks match up, it's quite nuanced. It's not like just deploy and attack. It's like there's a lot of. You see, there's his force push. He's still got lots of cards left, hasn't he?
He has. So he's thinking, does he go for the Darth Tyrannus and then slap his lightsaber on him?
Which he can do because he knows it's there.
Okay.
There he goes.
Vader.
Vader. And I imagine I'd let him have Vader because he's quite expensive to deploy, and I'm not that fussed by it because I can reduce the drain because I now control 2 Jakku sites. I'm just going to read his text to make sure I'm happy with it.
That Vader is cool, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think I let him have it. Yeah. How many have you got left? No, thank you.
Oh, sorry. That's I think the other video has just been converted to like video file.
Is that okay?
I think so.
Oh, now suddenly the quality's got up in value from my end.
Oh, that's good then. Yeah, my computer's pretty old. I need to get a new one really for doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
They are. No.
So here we go. So he says drain for 2, and I reduce it for 1 because that's the first time we've been able to do that. So I control those 2 sides. And
I was surprised he pulled the fanfare shield.
He wanted to go through his deck. He wanted to double check. So I lose a 4. I lost a 4 and a 6 and a ping, and I lose another 6. So I'm like going, oh no, that's 2 6s. That's not good. I wonder if I even wattling 1 back.
Okay, moves the lightsaber onto the
so you can deploy.
Oh yeah, Jedi lightsaber.
Does it go on Grievous?
It does. It's any
of course.
Trade Federation or Separatist, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's quite so he'll probably he's got a good hand there. He's gonna want to have to go after someone, isn't he, there? Okay. He's going for Leia.
I'm surprised by that.
Well, I think he wants to just clear her away, doesn't he? I imagine P-59 will come down next.
Yeah. I would have thought, with Dr. Rey, you'd go after, try and clear Rey. She's easier to hit.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And then punish Rose, but...
Well, hitting Rey's not easy, though. He needs to draw a 7. Because I can reduce by 2.
Yeah.
I'm likely to have an interrupt. So he's probably thinking I'm better off overpowering Leia probably at this point. Let's see what he does.
Oh, he's going to Odin.
He's just Odin over. And that's what he does.
Okay.
And there's more comes over. 1, 2, 3.
That's one way of doing it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I suppose they weren't doing anything over there. I was just reducing the drain, so makes sense. But so what happens is that we get this sort of stalemate in space where neither of us actually really wants to attack into each other.
Yeah.
He's holding a command, and I'm desperately looking for a leadership because I'll attack if I find a leadership. He's got to now save 4 force on each turn. You see,
yeah.
So gold leader really makes a big difference here. And I think that's almost what starts swaying it in my favor because he can't now use all his resources each turn.
Because he's activating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 15.
Yeah.
He's got to save 4 or 5 of that.
Yeah.
If he's even got that much left in his force pile and that at this point.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the table.
I play Padme. I play Leia's resistance transport just to up the power differential there. I paid 2 for something.
Is that Radis? The new Akbar?
Yeah, the new Akbar. That's who it is. Yeah.
He's not.
Because he adds 1 power for each ship there.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah.
Deploy 2, forfeit 6. It's insane.
Yeah. Adds 4 to add 6. And I think, do I battle? Yeah.
Does it look like it?
I'm battling there.
Retrieval force.
And I'm going to play Luke. What am I playing? Keep your eyes open. Oh, no, I paid to retrieve, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously quite confident.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I've only got 2 force left. 2. Is that 2 in reserve deck?
It looks like it.
So I've added 1 to attrition, so I must know what those 2 are to think that I can clear. Well, what's happening here?
What?
I've got to pay to do it. There you go. Pay to retrieve.
Did you pay from the top of your reserve deck or something?
I did. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It happened. Yeah.
So he draws 4/4. That's bye Leia. Oof.
But I'd already added to attrition by then, so I still draw the 2.
Yeah.
So that was my first action, I assume. It was a bold action.
It's bold cotton.
So she's power 3, forfeit 7. I can't reduce by 2, but I'm drawing a destiny to a destiny and a destiny to attrition.
Yeah, so she's covering 10 and Moore's only 4 and
he's only 6, so it's 6. 10 against. Yeah. I presume I've got a kick in hand and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, there's the leadership anyway.
Yeah.
That you need in hand.
That I needed desperately somewhere else, yeah. And
he draws a 5, which I'm guessing he made a 6.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then a 5 for attrition.
So I clear. Because Maul only covers 7.
It does.
So Padme goes. He loses Maul.
No, I think Maul's 8.
Maybe Maul covers. Yeah. And she covers. Is that right? Must do.
You're 10, 14, 13.
I was...
And
4 and 7. I was 14 to his...
Oh, yeah. 15.
12. Was it 15?
Oh, yeah, because you reduced it, didn't you? Yeah.
I couldn't have reduced it because I didn't have a 6, 10, 15 against 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. I think I probably had to lose 1 card, didn't I? Yeah, because I was 14 and he was 15, so he must have We must have miscalculated that by 1 by the looks of it. Unless I might have missed something there, but yeah, losing. He must, yeah, and of course Maul normally wouldn't. Anyway, that's why I think we played the game as it laid, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what he did just there, but something happened there.
Oh, the Phantom Menace went back in his use pile.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. I think I decide. I'm sort of mucking. I decide what to try and do here.
Is that like, do you land the Falcon or not? I guess.
Definitely not. But it's a question of who am I going to pay to shuttle somewhere to shuttle down from, I think.
Well, who have you got? There's Radis, Solo.
I assume Solo
Yeah.
has gone on to something. No, he hasn't. Don't take that back.
Yeah, because you've only got 3 Force left, so.
Yeah.
This is that thing, is it? It's like learning to pick your battles a little bit. Because if Emil had attacked you a turn or 2 earlier in space,
yes,
it could have been completely different because he had the command. You didn't have
but
the
he
leadership.
probably assumed I had leadership, which I never did. At some point, I think we do. So I decided to pay 2 again, and I move Solo.
Okay.
Eventually, he makes his way down there, and that's me done. And I keep 1 Force back.
So his hand is a command, Vader or a full-on Dengar.
I know. It's incredible, isn't it?
Nuts.
But what's in my favour is that he has to keep the Force back.
Yeah.
For space. And I think that's what he said at the end, is that was the difference, because he just couldn't commit too much of these resources.
Mm-hmm.
What he can do, though, is drain for 2 and ping for 1, though. So it is, because I'm not, as you notice, I'm not really doing any damage at all to him.
You're not, no.
I'm doing 1 and retrieving 1, and literally that's it. So I didn't think I was winning this. I was thinking this is not looking good.
So Rose Dash and a barrier off the top for you.
Having lost the 2-2, I was like, oh, this really isn't good. I'm going backwards here.
Yeah.
Yeah, P59, you lose 2 and then get. Did I have I placed Solo. I used Solo to play the barrier that I just fought. Yeah.
That was handy.
Deliberate, I'd like to think.
You tracked that barrier to there, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, with everything I had. So, yeah, and then I go, and here comes Aura Sing anyway. Which is fine, because if he wants to attack Solo, it's no problem, because if he uses Dr. E, I don't take any overflow anyway, so...
Yeah.
He misses anyway.
Oof.
But he draws him into hand, because he's that one, which I think was upsetting to see.
Oh, I see.
And he draws the 7. Yeah. So that's a hit, and... What does he decide to do? I think he leaves him there, doesn't he?
It looks like it.
So he's 3. And what does he draw? 5. Okay, so that's a lot. And I draw 5.
So he's 10, 15 to your 9.
8.
Oh, and you get anyway.
I get anyway. Yeah. Good to see Dr. Ego, though.
Yeah. I suppose you drew a 5, didn't you? So
yeah. So right now, I think I probably knew the 5 was there, because I drew it because I knew it was where the Destiny draw was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure. It wouldn't have mattered either way, but it was.
Yeah. So if you were tracking, that's worked out quite nicely, because now the leadership is the bottom card of your Force pile, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm guessing Ray can then pull into it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what. It was about 3 weeks ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, if not a bit longer, actually.
Yeah. So here you see he's now again threatening lots of damage. Rose is actually working out really well at the moment.
She is.
And she just gets the gick back as well.
Yeah. Ooh.
Those are better destinies.
Yeah.
3 5s and a 4. I probably think now's the time to fight in space, but of course I know he's got command, but it's just one of those things. So deploy for 4. This is Anakin.
It's
Leia
Leia.
Rebel Princess. Yeah, Leia Rebel Princess.
I'm guessing probably because he just like threw it down, but his sights are in the wrong order as well, I think, with the bridge in the middle.
Yeah, I think he realizes that later on that's not. And yeah, Bowman Kim. I'll just stick in there instead. Yeah, no revert needed. Just pop it there. And that's where he's saying, "Are those ships in space?" Or are So that at last is now beginning to make that drain a little bit better than 1 with Beaumont out. I can cancel his drain using Leia, and I think that's all I do almost all turn, isn't it?
Which is a good turn for you.
It is, but I'm trying to work out if I battle or not. I don't know what he did. He did something.
Yeah. Did he play masterful move?
I play leadership because I need to get. I don't know why I played it outside of the battle, but he grabs it. There's obviously something I wanted.
Oh, are you battling?
Oh, we're battling and we're both paying. Yes. So we're battling in space. I played leadership. He grabbed it. He paid 2 to play to command. He then played dark time and activated the force, so that he's got enough. So we're each only drawing 1, but I outpower him quite a lot, and I draw the 5.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did I have to spin in hand, or did I just?
It looked like it then, yeah. And then you drew another 1.
Yeah, so that's 11,
Oof.
and I reduce his 1 to 0, I think.
Yeah, you've got a lot of power.
Yeah, and I just reduced his, because he drew a 2, I reduced it to 0. I know I couldn't because he played Dark Time, so I'd have to lose for 2, I think is probably what happens here.
Yeah,
he played Dark Time.
Because he played it to activate a force, didn't he? Not to...
Does it not do both?
Don't think so. I think it used to do 2 things where it pinged for 1 if your opponent played Throne Room.
Yeah. I think here we calculate the power. We're trying to work out how much the new Admiral adds. And I think I was saying it adds 4 because I've got 4 ships there.
Let's have a quick...
So we read it. So we read what he says.
Yeah. Quick com link. And
I think here I do last because I found that leadership. It really makes a difference. And I obviously had a spin as well in hand. And I drew another for Destiny. So that was 10 or whatever it was, whatever the Falcon was. It probably actually was only 5, wasn't it? Because only Radus is on it.
Yes.
So he has to lose. He loses quite a bit there, doesn't he?
Yeah, the ship, a couple of guys.
He loses the ship and a couple of guys. Yeah. And I shuttle down. I do. I decided I'm okay to shuttle down. And I guess I need more than just Radis on board there, though. I'm guessing he's not going to hold the fort. And I reckon I'm going to shuttle someone down. Little chat, decision. And that's Poe. And then shuttle Poe down. Okay. Well, that was a good turn because I managed to get rid of a lot of his space stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, and then in fact, I think that was a really big turn for me, that turn.
Yeah, because you put guys on the table for damage and cleared a lot of his space stuff.
Yeah. And he now can't drain with Grievous. Otherwise, I get a card back. So what's he going to take into hand is the question here. He's not got a lot left there, has he?
He hasn't. Yeah, when it's like all pretty much looks like red cards except for...
He'd want a command probably, but it'll cost him 3 just to play a command. And I've still got Finn in hand, haven't I? I don't think I've reacted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good turn because in fact, I don't think I lost anything, did I?
No.
No, I didn't have to because I reduced it to a 0, didn't I? That's right, as you say. Yeah. He decides the lightsaber is what he wants.
Interesting. Ooh. Well, it's not going on Dooku anyway.
No. So do I let him have it? I mean, where's it going? I know he's got Vader in hand, so I'm probably thinking, is it going to go on Vader? But equally, I can't afford to lose much. I can't remember what I decided to do. I think I'm worried about Leia getting hit, perhaps. So I decide to lose 2 instead.
Oh.
Which seems a bit weird to stop him having a saber, but... And I lose.
Yeah, because Leia's game would have been cancelled, but it wouldn't have really mattered, would it?
No, because it was just a Jedi lightsaber, so she retains her forfeit. So that was probably a mistake to lose 2 there. But I think he's beginning to run out of stuff to do, isn't he?
He's run out of steam, isn't he? Whereas you've kind of put the pedal down a bit.
Yeah, stabilised and gone for it. It is close though, because he had a lot of red in his force pile, didn't he? But
he did.
He's not. Okay. He's decided to go Dengar. I know. Yeah, Dengar. And his last card. Oh, it's a
battle droid.
So he couldn't have put the saber on anything anyway.
No, that was weird.
Yeah. And does he battle? No, he checks his reserve. 554, is that?
Looked like it.
Yeah. So he's going to be hitting her. He had to put the droid down, otherwise it would have been.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got a destiny.
No. Yeah, so what's he doing? He's going to fight. And he's going to shoot. And he hits.
Yeah. So he's 4-8 to your 3. So you're down by 4.
Yeah. Is it 4? No, I'm 8. 5 and 3 is 8. And he drew a
4.
And what was his power?
8.
And I was 8.
So he had 12 total. And there goes, keep your eyes open, something.
And something else. Yeah, something else was lost. And Lord Santeca. Is that it? Was it just 3? Is she power 4?
Oh, maybe she's 4, not 3.
It might be 4 then in that case. Yeah.
And then he runs away in space.
Yes, which was a big moment because we can do though because the Falcon's on the ground, you see. But I think this is where it just all becomes. There's a lot of moving that suddenly starts.
Pay 1, retrieve 1.
Drain for 2. Pay 1, retrieve 1. Pay 1. Yeah. And I wacklinged at the same time, so I got 2 force back there, and I'm trying to decide what to do now because it just becomes a bit of a moving game, I think now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because what else is he going to do at this point?
Well, he's got no cards in hand, or he's drawn 1, but this is where at this point in the game you start saying, how many cards you got? What have you got left? How many have you got? So I just need to nullify any damage that he's got, because at the moment he's doing 3 still, or 4 at the moment, and I'm only doing 2 and retrieving 1, which is no good. And I can't really take on Aura Singh and P59, unfortunately, at the moment.
No, not when you know he's got decent destiny on top.
No, I sort of need the Falcon to be there. What do I do? I think I'm just moving by the looks of it, doesn't it? 2.
Were you nervous about the Falcon getting shot by P59 though?
I think because I can reduce it by.
Oh yeah.
Reduce it by 2.
I always forget about
that. He'd need to get a big number. He'd need to draw a 7. Isn't even enough. He'd need an 8.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a move for 3. So, pay for 1 more. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. And then 1, 2 to move.
Yeah. And then does Beaumont get in as a passenger?
He does. Well, I assume he does. I'm just reading to see if he adds, if he's there. I'm guessing. Because I want him to run away, but I think it depends if it said he was present or not.
I wouldn't know. I don't really play away, so I don't know it. A lot of the random.
It's funny how often you play a deck and you still have to read the cards.
Yeah. It's because normally Jamp just lights up and is like, oh yeah, it's a extra.
Well, you could just click on it. You don't have to pick them up and read.
Yeah.
I think at this point, because obviously Emil at this point has got 1 card in hand. He's got not much left to do. It's just going to be I think he probably knows, how many. It's all just down to how much have you actually got left here, basically.
Yeah, and who's doing the most damage? And
because I now control 2 Jakku sites, I can reduce his drain to 1, and so he's doing 1 and a ping for 1. So I imagine we're almost at the end, aren't we?
It looks like it.
So that was the big clearing in space that forced him to run, which I think made the difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, well played.
It was a really good game. If only I'd found my space earlier, I think it would have been a much more comfortable game for me. But because it took me so many turns to do that, it just it's just one of those things. That was good fun watching it back. I enjoyed the little the interrupt war. I thought that was quite cool.
That was good. It's it's nice when you get
then
tennis match, that back and forth a little bit.
No, it's cool. More interesting than just being a sentinel to control war.
It is. I liked it as well. It was like a fairly interactive game. It wasn't just
definitely interactive. Definitely loads going on. Yeah, no, it was really good. It was good fun.
So there we have it, folks. Well, thank you very much for doing this and taking.
You're welcome.
Time out this evening.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we'll have to get together for another chat one day, and you can just tell me what you think about Star Wars in general. Yeah, anytime. And then we've got Euros coming up at some point soon, so I've got to try and put some focus into that. Yeah, get practicing.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much. And
you're welcome, Andy.
Until next time, take care of yourself.
And you.
See you soon.
See you soon.